third and longs that he convert. I mean, he's such a good athlete with his arms and his legs. It was difficult, you know, but I mean, we worked on discipline all week, on the pursuit and chasing him, because he's just so good at creating, you know. And I think the wind helped us a little bit today, because some of those balls that he's got to throw on the run didn't get to their targets because of the wind pushing from the side, coming across the field. He couldn't get the arm that he wanted to get on it. So, you know, I mean, we didn't change anything defensively at the half. We just really got on our kids, because this is the third game in a row we come out in the first half and not done what we've coached them to do all week. And it comes down to executing the scheme, and if they beat us with better athletes and they have some great ones, then so be it, you know. But Coach Bush had a great scheme, and the players executed it very well. And we had some, you know, we lost our top lineman in the first half, and we had our other D lineman out. So, I mean, I just credit the depth of the team and their ability to just be part, you know, just to contribute. All of these guys, you know.
A couple of key things. You obviously recovered a couple of fumbles, then some of the drives, and some of that.
Well, we thought, you know, obviously when he runs around, being an athlete like that, we thought there were chances that if we got to the ball and we had him flushed, that we could knock some out, you know, and obviously that happened, you know. But
what did you think of your offense in the second half? I know that 2-minute drill at the end of the first probably wasn't exactly what you wanted to see. But.
No, I don't think we got in rhythm. You know, it's the same thing on offense. We can play better, you know, and we come out and you try to think, you know, we didn't execute, you know, and you know, some of that is inexperience in a few spots, and some of that was, you know, they took away some things we wanted to do, and from that point, you know, we just have to, you know, stay true to who we are. We put in a play to Yazzie to break to open the third quarter up with the big play. We put that in at halftime because their safety number 3 was killing us on his run support. So we put a little hitch and go in there for him when we got him on it, and that really gave us the spark, I think, and the confidence to play the rest of the half the way we played it. I mean, it was 2 different teams we were in the first and second half. You know. And
I don't know, that play you were just talking about, was that the like triple reverse pass? Or
no, that was the first drive. I think it was second or third down. Yazzie down the middle.
The pass interference?
No, it was a big completion down to about the 7.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, so we talked about that at halftime, and we ran it and got it. You know, the long pass to Bierman was something we put in this week. You know, we kind of put in a gimmick formation, and we figured after we ran it a few times, we'd have a chance to hit him with that play. And you know, to the credit of Walsh, Larkin, Costin, and Walsh and Bierman in that order, you know, we executed it, and the line did a great job. So we executed it well, you know, and that helped us again. So I mean, there were a lot of big plays, and there were some missed opportunities, and I took some gambles that didn't work, but you know, we did what we thought we had to do to win.
What did you guys do in the secondary to have him so confused? He threw a lot of balls away that he didn't really need to.
Well, I think it was more of we just really worked to contain him, you know. I mean, where he hurt us really bad last year was he broke the pocket, and then guys didn't know whether to cover or to rush, and we worked on that situation all week long, not only on trying to keep him in the pocket, but also just who was going to cover who and what areas we were going to get to and who was going to support the run, you know. So you know, I mean, the kids, when they, you know, Coach Bush put the scheme together, and you know, the staff worked all week long on it, and you know, Jermaine and Yazzie and Lozier, and a little bit of Kenan McClung on the outside. Those kids did a great job, and we took Aiden Lang, who was a corner, and played him at linebacker, you know, and Jake McDougal, and we got Kalapinski, our best defensive player, probably back this week, who'd been out 2 weeks, so that really helped us, you know. But you know, the 2 Sellys and Fair and Costin were basically the guys that were out there the majority of the game in the secondary, and they had their hands cut out for them. And Barry Rogers is very good, and you know, they still converted several 3rd and longs. I mean, you know, they have athletes, you know, and they're a good football team.
Coach, right at the end when they ended up driving down with less than 2 minutes at the 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Tell us what you guys did defensively at that point.
We went man, and we were bringing the pressure. We didn't want him. We knew without the ability of us or them to stop the clock that we couldn't let him escape. So we sent 6 and we had a spy on him. So really, we had 7 on him, and we had the 4. You know, in doing that, we couldn't let. At least it was a smaller territory to cover 20 yards for our DBs, but we couldn't let them be one-on-one on a basketball court the size of a 20-yard by 53-yard field. So we brought the pressure to try to make him make a quick decision. You know, and on the 4th down play, what happened was Brian Sullivan didn't understand the play call at first. So he ran to go to the other side of the field to come over. I think he thought it was trips. And he left number 3 open, the slot on the right. And once the ball was snapped, when McDonald dropped back, he identified that probably on his 2nd step. And if he had seen it right off the bat, because McDougal was over him and blitzed. So if he had seen it immediately, he might have hit him and he might have scored, or it would have been a play at the goal line. He saw it when he got to his 2 steps. He turned and launched, and by that point, Brian Sullivan realized I'm on the wrong side of the field, and he's the one who knocked it down.
Wow.
So it was, you know, I mean, our games with them have been classics going back to, you know, probably the last 5 years. I mean, they've all been games where the team ahead at halftime doesn't always win, you know, and, you know, they do a good job. They're doing a great job over there, and they got some athletes, and, you know, I credit my kids, but I wish we could play 22 minutes in the first half of the game.
What do you think the big plays like swatting that ball down and then the deflection on that 1st down pass? What do you think the big defensive plays will do for this club's confidence?
Well, I mean, it's our problems defensively have been our problems. I mean, it's not that we're not. I mean, we are what we are, but we've missed tackles. We've jumped out of our gap assignments. We haven't blitzed when we've been called to blitz. You know, it's been our fault. It's not been because someone's you know, killing us. We've been killing ourselves, and I think we did that on both sides of the ball today, except for our touchdown drive in the first half. I don't think we played well offensively. I don't know what Walsh's numbers were at halftime, or Larkin probably had 2 carries, you know. And the second half, we went to a few things that we had put in for this game, and to Walsh's credit and Larkin's credit, and we got the ball to Baker, you know, and Baker made plays, and you know, I mean, they did their jobs, you know, and I keep telling them we have a lot of good athletes, and if they do their jobs, we'll be in position to be where we want to be. But if we don't do our jobs, we're leaving ourselves susceptible. You know, how many times we got to? I mean, this is like 3 weeks in a row. It's been 14 or more at halftime. You know, it's just not. It's not good enough when we have the depth and the athletes that we have. So you know, hopefully we can get better because we have to. You know, everything counts now.
And I don't know how important is your wide receiver's ability to block. I thought their blocking was excellent on a lot of like wide receiver screen passes.
Yeah, well, we work on that. You know, we coach it. Coach Pressman works with the wide receivers on all the fundamentals of catching and blocking and route running. And you know, I thought early in the game too, I thought English out-physicaled us at the defensive back position. They threw a lot of our guys to the ground, and you know, we talked about that and put upon emphasis. And I thought our kids were more physical, particularly in the second half, you know, on the perimeter. And I think, you know, we tried to throw some screens to Baker to go after McDonald. You know, we put Yazzie in motion and let Yaz come out and whack him, and you know, because if he's going to play both ways, and he still almost busted that run down the sideline. I mean, he's such a good athlete. You know, and then they didn't have Melvin Tavares today too, and that would have made a difference on their part. But you know, it is what it is. We've been playing games without guys, and no one even knows who they are. So, you know, I mean, I'm happy for the kids, but you know, again, it's frustrating, but in the same sense, it's rewarding that we're able to come back. And that's, you know, we're just lucky that we have an offense that produces points and numbers when executed correctly, and you know, that's the benefit of the spread. You're never out of a game.
Thanks a lot, Coach.